Hey, good afternoon. It's Dan. It's been a while since I've done a video, but I wanted to catch you up on uh, on the Look bike, the e765 electric assist. Um, this one is in regards to having just put over 2,000 miles on it of trouble-free riding. Since I purchased the bike about 11 months ago, I made the purchase. And looking at my writing time, I've spent approximately 8 months of writing time in that 11 months and accumulated just over 2,000 miles. So I wanted to go over a few things with you today to bring you up to date on the bike and how it is doing. And I've been very impressed with it. Um, it is It's a quality bike. I've mentioned that before, and absolutely trouble-free. So let's go over to the bike and take a look at a few things and kind of talk about the bike and a few other things. So let's go. Okay, so there we are. I'm inside today. Some of my videos in the past have been out riding in the desert on roads. But today I am in the house because I think right now it's about 106, 107 degrees outside. I went out this morning early and had a nice ride, and came back. I always keep my bike inside. We live like I say, we live in the desert area and it is very, very hot, so I don't keep the bike outside. Too many problems with heat and carbon fiber bikes. But to give you some idea, here we have the mileage, 2065.9. So it is over 2,000 miles since I purchased. A couple things. Let's just jump into the system itself that propels this thing, and that's the Fazua. The Fazua motor and battery pack. And today I have that actually out of the bike and sitting there on the floor. That's the motor and the battery pack. I wanted to show something. When bikes need to be fixed, unless you're very, very handy with hydraulic brakes and the various lines that go back to the derailleurs and so on, this particular bike has a feature that really does make sense. I've looked at other electric bikes, and I always mention Orbea because I almost bought one. They like to run all of the wiring and the hydraulic lines through the headset into the frame and then out to the components. Makes a very clean look. The only thing I have on my bike that, as you see here, is this assortment of wires and tubes that lead into the frame, into the fork. But one benefit of having the removable motor is the fact, if you can see, that those tubes and wiring are exposed within the inside of that open framework. Once the motor's out, it's very easy to bring these into that area and down and out to the componentry without having to fish something through a frame. So I found that would be an advantage as far as shop time. I'm sure Orbea bikes can be repaired quite easily, but you have to factor in the fact that they've got to run things through a frame and get them where they're supposed to go. Let's talk about another thing, the two types of motors. Some bikes have a rear hub motor. I'm sure they work fine. Orbea does not. Well, Orbea, let me back this up. Orbea on their road bikes have the rear hub motor. And it was interesting that this year they've switched their mountain bikes to a mid motor. And I've seen some reasoning behind that in the fact that they're seeing on their mountain bikes, especially, the rear hub motors are having internal problems because of all of the jolts that go along with riding off-road, jumping, and so on. The motors are starting to almost come apart inside, and once that happens, then they have a dead short and you have no motor. So that's been, evidently Orbea's realized that problem and has gone to a mid-mount motor now on the mountain bikes. I wonder if soon they will use that also on their road bikes. Bikes brands that use the Fazua system are Pinarello, Trek. Now Trek also makes an aluminum and a carbon fiber frame bike with the Fazua system. Canyon, they make also an aluminum frame, and Look just has the carbon fiber, as well as Pinarello, their carbon fiber. Price-wise on those, you're looking at, on the aluminum, to aluminum, probably about 4,000. We're talking dollars. Carbon fiber, getting 6.5 or so. The Specialized is different. Specialized has assist bikes as well. The Fazua systems are a class 1 electric assist. That means they have an assist up to 20 miles an hour. The class 1s with the rear hubs are the same way. In the United States, they're at 20 mile an hour capable. The one that's different is Specialized. Specialized has a class of their e-bikes using a mid-mount motor, but they're classified as a class 3. A class 3. They're 28 mile an hour speed on the class 3. Their price range on their road bikes are anywhere from around $4,500 up to over $13,000. But like I say, they're a class 3. I don't know how they were able to do that, but they obviously did. So there we go.